Hi, we're the KThree, and this is our weekly watch list where we watch as many K-dramas as our schedules will allow, and then we come back and report to you what we're liking, loving, and dropping. You may notice on our table that we have these glorious hats.
We got a little bit of swag here, and we are giving it away. And
yes.
Here's how you can potentially win one of these two awesome LA Dodgers Korea night hats that we got the other week. And that is to three things: subscribe to our channel, like any of our videos from August, and leave a comment on any of our videos from August. And then we'll enter you into a drawing to win one of these hats. But that's not all. We suddenly turned into an infomercial, right? Our goal is to get to 1,000 subscribers.
Yes.
So when we reach that mark, we're going to enter everybody, whether you're subscriber number 1 or subscriber number 1,000. We thank you all into a drawing for a big prize package, including one of these hats, and then possibly some KThree K-drama copy klatch swag like this, and some other things. You should check out our shop to see what else there is.
All right, let's get started with Monday, Tuesday. But first, you'll notice that, the KThree is the K2 this week. Marisa is out of town, so we're going to give her a big old shout out. Hi! She'll be back next week to give you the rundown of all the shows that she is watching, just her. It's going to be awesome. All right, but let's get started with what we're watching. I am watching Designated Survivor. Yay!
Oh, is he not? Is he not? I'm still woefully behind, although I got to the part where he asked her out for chicken and beer.
Is it not the most?
And she didn't realize that she was asking him out, but we all realized.
That wasn't even the best one. That was just adorable. Wait till you get to the next two.
He's
so
up on
adorable.
the show.
I love him so much. But he is not. Neither him nor Secretary Han
I'm so relieved.
are the mastermind. I was very relieved.
What about Assembly Person?
Oh, he's bad. He's so bad.
in it.
We now officially know that even though he is not the mastermind, we know he's being controlled by the VIP. That's what they're calling him, the VIP. Okay. So I'm just more happy. I'm more happy. I'm not even sure more happy. More happy is now officially a word.
More happy.
I am more happy that Secretary Cha is not the bad guy. But it was so sad because he was like, I understand why you did it. I get it. And she's like, yeah, thanks, but it probably means that you don't want to go have chicken and beer with me. And I was like, pumpkins.
All right, I'm gonna hold out for chicken and beer.
I know. I'm hoping chicken and beer happens by the end of it. Yeah. But it's a bad way to start a relationship. I thought you were a government terrorist.
I thought you blew up the government.
I thought you blew up.
Sorry, my
and
bad.
killed most of the government.
Yeah.
Oops. So, it kind of derails it, obviously. But it is, it sounds so cute. So I might be willing to look over that. All right, anyway. But here's the only thing that I'm questioning, because our president is, as usual, amazing. And he gets shot. At the end of the last week's episode, he got shot. So this week it's him recovering and, having to have emergency surgery. And so Assemblyman O actually ends up becoming the second president. What are they calling it?
Prime Minister?
No. What do you call it?
Acting president.
The acting president. Thank you.
You're welcome.
So we have our second acting president in like a week. But it's all the machinations are happening. Wow. But at the end of it, when we find out that Secretary Cha isn't the bad guy, we're very happy. And our president, our first acting president, so President Park, goes and has a press conference, and he announces, because he gets called out on it because he set up, again, machinations. It was great. But without discussing with his wife at all, even though she's a little terrified.
Has she been present in these recent episodes?
Yes, she was there when he got shot, and she was back. Right. But he announces at this press conference that he's running for president, and she has no idea. I would think that would be something you would discuss with your wife. Yeah, a little small
heads up might be nice.
So that was really my only really show this week. But overall, heading into the final couple episodes, super excited. What number are we
I think we're at 12 of 16.
So we have 4 more. There's a lot more that could still happen. And I'm just happy that Secretary Cha is all good.
Yay!
All right. Welcome to life. Did you watch?
I did. Watch this one.
I watched the first 2 episodes.
Is this one of the young people dramas?
No, this is the one with Rain.
Oh. Right.
I've never seen Rain before. He's talented. I like him a lot. He actually reminds me a lot of Junho. Junho?
Yes.
Yeah, very similar vibe, very similar look. And I enjoy him. I enjoy him a lot. I'm not sure about this story, though. The wife / ex-girlfriend, depending on which world you're in, I like her a lot, but she's so violent. Like, she just beats him up, on an annual basis in the one world because he's such a douche. And I get being that angry, and it's kind of funny, but after a while, you're just kind of like, you're just abusive and need to stop.
So this is one of those dual worlds.
Dual worlds.
Okay.
And that's my problem. I don't think I like it enough for the exhaustion of bouncing between the two worlds while he figures it out. It's just, there were things that I liked about it, but overall, with the juggernaut of shows that are showing back up in August, we're being told that there's like 14 new shows in August. In September. So I just... You got to be ruthless in situations like this, and I'm not sure.
Selectivity is key.
Yeah, so I'm not sure it's worth my time to. But if it is, let me know. Let us know.
Very curious.
But that was kind of my overall. I'm not sure. I have 14 episodes of more energy for it. And then we've got. I want to hear your song. Did you watch that one?
I did watch this. Oh my goodness! I think when we were doing our can't wait to watch for August shows, I was kind of like, probably not. But I tuned in, and I'm pleasantly surprised.
Right?
I was just like, I couldn't believe it. I was like, I like this show.
Super quirky.
It was great. It had a lot more comedy than I was expecting, setting up the sparks between our two main leads, but then it would flash back to this horrible traumatic event, which is why she can't remember anything.
But he seems to know everything.
He knows a lot.
Did you watch both episodes?
I watched all,
Okay.
Both
so
hours,
by the end of that second hour,
he's pulling out some stuff out of it. Trauma memory box or something.
Clearly he knows who she is and what she did, quote unquote.
Yeah, and I can't figure out where he's like who he is.
Right?
Yeah.
But I really enjoyed it. Like it was super intriguing.
Yes.
I mean, I think that's just what it boiled down to. Like I was like, this show makes very little sense. But I was really intrigued by it.
Well, I love how it bounced back. It didn't bother me, the shift in tones, which I thought it would.
Yeah.
I was like, how are they going to mash up these two, the very distinct, like a crime memory loss with romantic comedy and shenanigans in the orchestra, in the youth. Is it a youth orchestra or what is it?
I don't think it's a youth orchestra. I think it's a straight up orchestra.
Okay.
Yeah.
But it's got a lot of young people in it.
It does. They're all under the age of 30, it seems.
A lot of high school, except for the one,
there's
one female performer who's older.
And the piano player who tried to kill herself because, wow, okay.
Oof.
It's rough. It's rough. I think we need an orchestra with some seniority in it. I'm just saying, but that's just me. But yeah, I enjoyed it quite a bit. So I'm definitely on board.
I actually found myself at the end of this, I don't know, I think they're doing half-hour episodes, so it'll be end of episode 4. Mm-hmm. I was like, that's it? Wait, that's it? I was like, no, I need more. I'm like, wow.
Yeah,
did not expect that. So yeah.
Between the two new ones, the I Want to Hear Your Song and Welcome to Life, definitely I Want to Hear Your Song is staying on my list.
Sounds like
for
I'm
sure.
not going to jump into
no, but I Want to Hear Your Song, absolutely. Yeah. Wednesday, Thursday, still my favorite day of K-dramas. So good. You'll notice as my hair goes flying around my face.
Really,
it's a little windy in Southern California today.
But it's out in the wild.
Beautiful. So that's why we're out here. When the Devil Calls Your Name.
Yeah? What do you think?
I don't know because nothing was subbed.
What?
Here's my concern, though. Nothing was subbed officially. I could have gone off grid to watch it, but I didn't feel compelled. So that does not bode well for me.
That
or
does
the
not,
show.
because you strike me as someone who's not afraid to
go.
No,
I'm not. When I need it, I need it.
Yes.
My TV addiction is serious.
It's real.
So I'm a little concerned that I was not motivated to go off grid for that.
We're not too far along.
No. It's only 3-4.
Yeah,
which is disappointing to me. But I'll definitely keep up. I'll probably keep up only on Viki until it gets to crack levels, if it gets to crack levels. All right.
Sounds like you're hoping it might.
I am kind of hoping it might because I love those two so much, and I love EL, and there's just so much to love about it. But the first, I had problems with the first couple of episodes.
It has a fantastic cast.
It really does.
Yeah.
So I'm keeping my fingers crossed that it reaches levels. It gets better. So, okay. So then, how about Level Up, Karen? Where are we at with Level Up?
I honestly did not watch any more episodes this week. It ends next week because it's only a 12-episode short series. Okay. So I'll likely go on a binge.
Okay, good. So you'll be able to wrap it up for us next week?
I think so. And tell me, everybody out there, are you still liking it? Still fun? Still sugary?
Right. Heading into those final two episodes.
I'm not expecting that it took any dark turns, but let me know.
Who knows?
If I have something to surprised
left into darkness. Yikes. And then Dr. Detective is one of Marisa's shows that she's only watching, and unfortunately she is not here this week, as we mentioned earlier. So she'll be back next week to give you an update on that show. I'm sure it's fantastic. And then I watched Ricky Historian, the 2 episodes this week.
I'm so bummed that I have not managed to carve out the time to jump into that show.
It is such a fun show. I highly recommend it. Maybe on a binge. I really do think it's one of those shows that I think once you get to the point where you can binge it, it'll be super, super satisfying. I mean, it's super satisfying on a weekly thing, but I highly recommend it once you get to the point where you have time to definitely jump in.
Okay.
This week was
So
a little
binge-worthy.
Yeah, it was so far it's definitely binge worthy. Now we're only to what number are we on? We're only in we hit the halfway point. It was not as many palace machinations as last week, but a lot of character growth, which I was really happy about. It was a little slower, but I just need to say this. I think my ship with the Crown Prince and the more stoic historian is same. It's at least starting to edge out of port. I'm very excited for this, and I don't know why, but they're both just they're both characters that are definitely so closed off, and he's married to a woman that they actively hate each other, is what's been set up, because he's married to the second, whoever the bad guy is, the second commander kind of guy, who is actually our favorite.
There's always one.
Exactly. The head historian's father. So there's a lot of palace machinations, but these two are starting to come to an understanding of where their place is and why they don't like their place, and so I'm really digging it. So I wrote that.
Wonder if they're gonna run off.
Well, he's a Crown Prince. I don't think that can happen.
Oh, okay. I don't know. It happened in, what was it, 100 Days My Prince or whatever?
Oh, maybe he might, or maybe. Well, I don't know.
May not fit with the
It
show.
might not fit, but I'm still holding out hope that some sort of. I do like the ship.
Some
even
ship sailing, even if it's a quick trip around the harbor.
Even if it's a quick trip around the harbor, or even if it's just a respect thing where they both learn to respect each other more than they started with. I really am digging it. I'm digging it a lot. This week, our young little prince, God bless, he got some growth. He got outside of the palace. His father sent him on a mission with smallpox, so I think he actually wanted him to die, which is sad.
I was going to say.
But he got sent out of the palace, and he found his voice, and he was able to help save people. And it was good, and it was
he was
good
given
because
a leadership opportunity.
He fumbled at first, but then he stepped up. And I appreciate that they kind of kept him true to character, because then him and one of the historian that is our favorite guy from a couple of other shows, they both are trying to help this village, and it was hilarious watching our girl Ryung and the eunuch both be like, they're completely useless if they're not writing and reading, because they were trying to like carry wood, and it was like an event, and it was adorable, like this little bromance that's possibly happening. So I'm super jazzed about that. It was not as the palace machinations, but really
center this time.
but I really enjoy this show. I super duper enjoy this show.
That sounds good.
I
took time
highly
out
recommend it
for a little bit of character growth.
Absolutely, for both of them really, because she also learned how to maybe not manipulate, but to use her influence in a way that is useful and not so jumping in and
right.
Yeah,
because I know people are doing it right.
More of that delicate round, more of that political kind of little finesse. Yeah, so I really enjoyed it. Nice. And then cracktastic still, Justice. Oh, good God!
Take a sip for this.
Listen, right?
Since I can't bring myself to watch this show.
I cannot
amazingly dark.
say enough good things about this show. Not a lot new was revealed, but watching Chejin Hyuk's dawning awareness is just so compelling to watch, realizing that this man who he thought was his savior and the one who gave him his revenge and allowed him to become, higher, at a higher social status, he's starting the dawning realization that it was all bullshit it's everything. I mean,
was his mentor or
using
him?
Oh, completely.
We're
now, the previews for next week actually also allude to the fact that the younger brother who was killed, which started this whole cascade of tragedy for our lead guy, might have actually been working for Hyung, right? That's the preview, and the previews always give us kind of like that weird, they always kind of fake us out. But there's something deeper happening here, right? So it's like this whole trail of stuff that we're unaware of, and we are kind of on that same path with Chejin Hyuk's character and how he's like putting all the pieces together. so freaking good. I just can't.
It sounds like amazing storytelling.
It's just such good storytelling.
That's awesome.
I mean, that's just really the bottom line. It's just such good storytelling, and I like that even though we know the backstory between JJ Hook and Nana, but they were lovers is what they keep calling it, but they clearly were a couple before everything happened. And I like the fact that we don't need 15 flashbacks to show how they were as a couple or anything. But there's an instant closeness
and the slow demise of
right?
that said relationship.
Exactly. And they we're trying to rekindle it. But there's an instant closeness in their interactions as they start to team up together slowly that I'm really enjoying.
Based on
yes,
that we know that they were together.
Yeah,
before.
and so there's an instant rapport.
They knew each other well.
That we don't need to set something up. We just know. And I really I just love the way it's all happening. I mean, I just cannot recommend
great storytelling.
It's just such great storytelling. I mean, that's really the bottom line. I just cannot recommend Justice enough. It's just, as you said, just such amazingly good storytelling, and the characters are so on point, and watching their realization of stuff is just so juicy. And our bad guys are so bad. It's so cracktastic. It is still so cracktastically good. And what episode are we even on? We're only at the halfway point.
Only halfway through?
We're only halfway through. So the story they still have left to tell is so juicy, and I'm so excited about that. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Right out of the gate, love affairs in the afternoon. That is Marisa. I'm sure she'll be back next week with all sorts of delicious goodness.
There's not much left. There are only a couple of weeks left on the show.
So we're at 11-12 this week, so she's got 2 more weeks.
Looking forward to hearing the latest on that.
And then maybe I'll be binging, because if it doesn't end well, that is not effing happening.
That's right. You're right. I forgot you were waiting till the end. You're worried about a misty ending.
I know. I'm so worried about a misty ending. So we're gonna have to wait. I got 2 more weeks, and then I can jump in. It's gonna happen.
So it is only a binge candidate.
Exactly.
Okay,
and I want to so bad, because everybody on Twitter has so many amazing still shots and grabs, and I'm like, I want it so bad. I need to know how it ends, because if it takes that Misty Rage hard left, no.
You're not even going to spend your time.
I'm just not.
Your valuable K-drama watching time.
Right? It's becoming very limited, because there's
it sounds
so
like it's gonna be
many shows. And then we're running into the problem with Viki. Unfortunately, God, I love you, Viki, so much. But you're the only ones who get the cable ones. So Melo Suits Me still isn't subbed. And it's Sunday, and the Friday episode still isn't ready to go. So I wasn't even able to watch it, even though people are loving it that were able to watch it.
And I'm not a person who's willing to go off grid to find stuff, so I didn't.
I am willing to go off grid, but I wasn't able. I didn't have. I ran out of time.
Well, because it's a weekend show, so yeah.
So oof.
Bummer.
So anyway.
Looking forward to this.
One I did get a chance to watch this week was Watcher.
Woo! I'm not watching Watcher.
But it's so good. It's dark, though. Again, it's dark. It's not your.
I have trouble with the dark ones.
I am gonna say this though. Holy crap! Thank you for finally giving us some answers, TV show. And
what kinds of answers?
Well, we now know who our core team is, and we can trust all of them.
Was this the one where you weren't sure who?
I didn't know who was the bad guy.
Yeah,
exactly. But now I know my corner is romantic Dr. Teacher Kim, and third charm Nightmare. Also known as Hong Seok-kyu and Sung Kang-joon.
Nice.
So,
you did this a lot faster than
thank you. But yeah, so and our lawyer Han. So, I really like the way it came together this week. I've only watched the one episode. I'm really looking forward to tonight's episode, or Saturday's episode, a lot. It's all starting to gel, and they now have a name for the cop. Yeah, they now have a name for the cop. That is cutting off all the thumbs, and his nickname we don't know who it is yet, but his nickname in the police force is Turtle. We've answers we got Turtle. We found the ledger. We've seen the ledger now, so we know what's in the ledger, which is why. And we know that there is the Giants Club, which is what we're going after now. So we have purpose for the next 4 episodes. So I'm super excited about that. At least they didn't call it the VVIPs Club. No, they did not.
The Giants Club.
It's the Giants Club.
It's bigger than that.
It's even bigger. So I'm super excited about it.
Still got a couple weeks left, so
it does.
So it's not like it has to hurry up and wrap everything up.
No, it's got a little bit of breathing room, and we just found out at the end of the episode what I finished last night that the ladies yet again rule, because our Officer Cho, who we found out last week had been videotaping and talking to the higher ups, kind of reporting on our little crew, right? So we found out that she has a higher up watching, yes. And at first I thought it was because she was a bad guy. No, she's not a bad guy. She's been working for our police commissioner, who is a woman who's been saying to them all along, if you need some help, ask me. If you need some help, ask me. And finally, Officer Cho said, the person I'm reporting to, who's very high up, is on your side and wants to help. And so at the end of our episode last night, we called up who it was, and she showed up. She's like, I told you I would help you if you just asked. And I was like,
I've been waiting for your call.
heck yeah. So I was very excited about that. So the ladies, once again, getting shit done in
Nice.
K-drama. I appreciate it. All right. And really, probably my favorite, just feel good. I look forward to it every
I was
week.
getting a little frustrated because they were taking their time as they have been, and I was like, "Come on, let's just get to." And it did by episode 9. I only got through episode 9. So,
Yeah, that's about
Hotel Del
yeah,
Luna.
because 9 and 10, so 10 would be tonight, right?
Yeah.
Oh my God, Hotel Del Luna is just a delight, right?
It's pretty every week.
It's pretty every week.
The
I
way-
love the
visuals,
story. I love
her outfits.
her outfits are amazing.
Okay, let's get to the story. Yes, the
Yes,
story too.
The story. I mean, we can talk all the pretty all day long, but
Yeah.
the reason we actually are enjoying this is, I mean, for
It's
me
an
anyway,
Interesting story.
it's a story. I feel like I'm about to become a Beauty and the Beast person. It's a tale as old as time. I'm gonna start singing. But it is. I mean, it's not like a story we haven't heard a million times over. God, no, you do not want me to sing. I will sound like the guy from I Want to Hear Your Song, right?
Yes,
Yeah,
Jen, I want to hear
No.
your song. No.
Not gonna happen. But Hotel Del Luna, it is a story we have seen a million times over, but it's just being executed, in my personal opinion, so well. Last week we found out, and I think it was before we recorded, we found out that the romance that we thought was happening.
Yes.
Oh no. He bad guy. I don't care if he fell for it.
Betrayal.
Oh,
I
harsh.
was
There's a reason you're a vengeful. Vengeful?
Vengeful?
Am I vengeful? I can't
Vengeful.
say else, and I can't say the word vengeful.
full of revenge.
Full of revenge spirit, right? You become an evil spirit for something that is super deep and soul crushing. And him betraying her and killing everyone.
I was shocked.
And I
I
loved
was
it
shocked.
so
I
much.
was surprised. Yeah.
I was
I
surprised.
was I think what I was getting frustrated with the storytelling was I get the kind of the episodic,
Yeah.
like the different ghosts that they meet and different kinds of ghosts and this. I'm like, that's all well and good. Let's just get to the main story.
But I appreciate
like
how
that.
each of the weekly ghost things builds to what
do.
each one gives a little bit
know.
more information. And so
Every time I feel like a fool for being
Yeah.
impatient about it because I'm like, oh, it ties.
because what tied in with the last
I'll
one
let it go.
was him watching that one vengeful ghost, the evil spirit, like dissipate. That's his fear for
Now he's
for
afraid
John.
that that's
Exactly, it's gonna happen to her. Like, so I love that we get those little pieces every week that get revealed to us.
Yeah.
And
I'm gonna let go of my impatience.
it's just
Because
so
it all
good.
adds
It's just
up.
all.
Yeah.
I mean, I am nervous because the Hong sisters, God bless, occasionally go off the rails somewhere in their storytelling, and I'm hoping it doesn't
like
happen
the
here.
most recent ghosts who are victims of a psychopath, and I'm just kind of like,
Right.
who is part of the circle of friends, possibly a doctor, maybe. Or
Yes,
something?
but
And
did
I'm
you
just
know?
like,
Did you recognize who the detective was?
they did a like. So I didn't, and I looked it up on Asian Wiki, and I couldn't place him.
It was her best friend that got hung.
Oh my
Back
gosh!
in the past.
That's why I didn't have a separate
Yes,
credit.
I didn't recognize him right away until we saw the preview for next week, and she
Ah.
said, "You brought these people back into my life. Thank you so much." And you show
Oh,
him, and so
yeah,
she
yeah,
gets
yeah.
to see him again, and she hasn't seen him in 1,000 years. And I'm just so excited for tonight's
That's
episode.
because it was from a distance, and she said, "Oh
Right?
my gosh, oh my gosh."
I
I wrote down the other cameos.
Yes.
Sorry.
Oh my God, that's okay. I'm so happy. I just love this kind of storytelling so much. And so I'm in love with this show. Like, literally in love with it.
Speaking of recognizing,
Yes.
did you recognize our well water god?
I recognized him, but I couldn't place him
I had
until
to look him up, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's Namram.
Namdorum. He's the young version. He was the young version of every main character,
yeah.
like in Come and Hug Me, most notably.
Exactly.
But then recently,
He was so good in that. Oh my
starred
God, Come and
in
Hug Me is the best
his
show
own
ever.
show, Beautiful World.
Yes. He was in, but I love the fact that he was his own character
I like that
in
too.
this. Like,
Yes.
this
Yeah,
cameo was just him. It
It was-
wasn't
yep.
him playing a younger version
Yep.
of someone else. So yeah, I was really jazzed.
And he
for
did
it.
have a whole series that we did.
He did,
watch
yeah.
where he played his own character,
Right,
not the
which
younger
was
version
great.
of somebody else.
But I love that he's now transitioned into his own roles, which is great.
And then in episode 8, we had our barista from her private life pop up as the cute little made up
Right,
ghost.
the made up ghost. Yeah, she
illusory
was. Oh my
ghost.
God, I loved
I'm
her.
like,
I was
what?
so happy to see
Yeah,
her
yeah.
for a minute. Yeah.
I was like, oh my gosh.
So the cameos are amazing for sure. I've really
I think
enjoyed
we're
them.
gonna get more.
Oh,
I think the Hung
absolutely.
sisters are known
Right? Yeah, they always pull in all of their past stars and stuff. So I'm very excited about that. So yeah, this show is so good. I love it so much. And again, it's a story that we know, but it's just when you tell the same, I don't care if you tell the same story, but if you tell it as well as this one's currently being told, it's just so satisfying week after week. And I can't wait to see more reveals that we keep getting. And I got to give a shout out to Mago, our deity. That woman she's so cool. I love all the different versions of herself she's playing.
I know it's the same actress.
She's so good.
But they're so distinct.
They're so distinct.
It's almost like they're triplets playing those characters.
It is. It's so amazing. Yeah. I just love it. Oh, seriously. Yeah. If you aren't watching it, go watch the show. Yeah. That is our weekly watch list. Thanks for watching. We're the KThree. I'm Jenn.
I'm Karen.
Oh, and then Marisa will be back next week. Yay! All right, don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment below to get a chance to win one of these hats. And if you are interested in watching any of our current astrology things, you can look at them right here. Until next week, bye.